Hello friends, welcome back. It's time for another episode of BigDenoPlays, and today we're playing a brand new game. It's called The Anarchy, and it is the spiritual successor, nay sequel, to Hadrian's Wall, one of my most played games of 2025, and definitely one of the better solo games that I've played since my journey into solo gaming has commenced. So this one I've only played about 2/3 of a game, so we're going to be probably pausing a little bit and learning as we go. But let's dive over to the screen and I'll show you what we're looking at. It's colouring in circles again. Woo! No, colouring in circles is great. I love colouring in circles. So I've got a few areas to zoom in on. I'll show you. But this little area up here is actually a castle. So this game differs from Hadrian's Wall in that we're actually going to build a little castle as we go, which to me is just the best thing ever. Down here, and you can see from this view, this is where we're going to place our what's called path cards, as well as the cards that will represent the attacks on our castle that we're defending. And then here are the two sheets which will look quite familiar to people that play Hadrian's Wall. And here are other castles that we can attack. So we can actually send our troops out and attack other castles. And indeed, we actually do want to do that. That's something we want to do. This deck down here, this is our randomizing deck. And this represents a variety of different things that we will do on these sheets, and these cards are used to randomize things for us. These cards are the starting cards, the path cards that will determine our scoring mechanism. Now in the solo game, you have a few options to play. We're going to play with these little tents, which is again something different to thingy, but what we're actually going to do is we're going to read over here. So this comes with the Anarchy. This is a solo campaign. So the Hadrian's Wall had a solo campaign, which I've played a couple of the campaigns on the channel. But this is the actual solo campaign book. For Hadrian's Wall, you had to download it and print out and stuff. But this actually came in the game, which I think is tremendous. So yeah, I won't read the whole thing. But basically, the Anarchy was a period in time, like an actual legitimate period in time when there was a king who was crowned sort of because he was a favourite nephew, and then Empress Matilda was the daughter of the king, and she was unhappy that this guy went around her back and proclaimed himself king and all this other stuff. So, so this campaign sort of details a little bit of the story that happened. So we're going to play chapter 1, and I'll read this little bit. All hail the king. England once again has a monarch. King Stephen, first and favourite nephew of the late Henry I, has taken up his rightful place upon the throne. His coronation at Westminster Abbey has been held on the most holiest of days. And not a moment too soon. Since King Henry's passing, it seems every man in the kingdom has sought to plunder the goods of others. The Normans have abandoned themselves to robbery and pillage with greedy brigands rushing about of every nook, ready for evil. It will take a strong hand to bring this country back from the brink of anarchy, but I believe our new king is more than up to the task. So we are actually loyal to King Stephen, and we're trying to protect a castle from the attack of Empress Matilda. So one of the changes that happens is we start with a serf. I've removed some cards from the deck that the scenario tells us to remove. And what we need to do to gain victory in this scenario is have all mint levels completed, 15 loyalty and 15 influence, 0 to 2 discontent, and score 60 victory points. So I literally have not played this to a full completion. So we're going to be just doing our best. So we can zoom in on the map, on these little things. Lots of things happening, as always. We can also zoom in on the castles that we need to attack. So, pretty exciting. I'm pretty excited. All right, so At the start of each round, and I do have a little round tracker here, we deal out our required attack cards and we draft new path cards. So in round 1, we draw 1 card from this deck and it's placed over here, and this is actually placed face up. The next card that we draw comes from this deck, and this one, depending on the position on this track, will either be played face up or face down. So this one is played face up. So in turn 1, we have full knowledge over what we're getting attacked by. We're getting attacked by a catapult. Excellent. Cool. C, it is attack value 1 though, so we need to build the covers. Okay. So this tells us where our castle is going to be attacked. It's going to be attacked from the front and it's going to be attacked from the rear. So we want to try and build at least those 2 walls to help protect us. So this is our castle and we're going to try and build those walls. How exciting. So the next thing we do is we draw 2 path cards and we have to choose 1 to keep. So they're both identical for the resources that they gain. But this one is victory points for a constructed moat. The constructed moat is of more interest to me than spies. And so this is going to go here. This is the only downside of this little setup I've come up with. But we can still read it by going not there, here. So the excavator, constructed moat. If it is level 2, we get 1 point, and so on. So the resources we are going to get 4 more serfs. We're going to get 3 craftsmen. 1, 2, 3. We're going to get 3 materials, and we're going to get 3 patrons. So that is our resources that we start with. Now we also gain over here, not here, here, an additional serf from this little coloured in circle. So we always start the game with some resource production. We're going to gain 1 wood. We're going to gain 1 gold piece, silver piece rather, 1 food, and 2 brave soldiers. So that is our starting resource pile right there. So if you've seen me play Hadrian's Wall, we have all of these things that we can colour in. They each have a cost to colour things in. But if we remember, our win conditions are we need to construct and complete all mint levels. So these are the mints here. So that's probably something we'll try and do relatively early on. At the start of the game, when we draw the path cards, this is our enemy tent. It's going to move forward each turn. So if we want to draw 2 path cards and choose one, then we have to at least be at the same spot as him. So we can attack this castle, which is awesome. We are going to defend our castle at the same time, all the while building up our governance, warcraft, our worship, and the entertainment that we are providing for our various people around this castle and this keep. All right, well, let's zoom in and have a little colouring of some circles. So, with the resources that we have, so one thing I want to generate relatively quickly are these things here. So that's the quarry and forest and the farm. So we can build up farms and the quarry to level 2, which will get us more food as well as food production and materials production each turn. So that looks quite good. But let's not go too overboard. Okay, we're going to start by spending this little patron to gain a level in governance. So that gains us a gold, a silver rather. So we'll take that silver, he's gone. We're then going to go to level 2 in governance by spending our second patron. And he goes here. That gets us no reward. However, because we have reached level 2, we are now able to build the small mint. And so we're going to do that straight away. Costs us those 2. 1, 2. We build the small mint. Again, no reward. However, if we were to spend a yellow worker twice, we're going to gain some silver. So we're actually going to do that. 1, 2. The first one goes here. The second one gets us a silver production to start next turn, as well as a silver now, as well as the first on our influence track, which is down here. So we've built the mint. The small mint has been constructed. For us to be able to build the medium mint, we will need to reach level 5 on the governance track. So this is our resource situation. We've still got resources, which is good. Now, if we want to attack this castle to gain this reward here, which we do, we need to have constructed ladders. So to siege a castle, you need ladders, unsurprising. How do we get ladders? Well, we get ladders down here from this thing, which is called the something wheel. It's to do with money. Anyway, so we spend money. We're going to spend 1 silver to colour in this circle here, which is the first marker on the siegecraft track. That gains us a serf back. This allows us to research the technologies down here. So we can spend $1 to research ladders, which we will. And then to craft a ladder, it requires a guildsman, whatever it is. What is this guy called? We gain that, which is a might, and we now have ladders. So we can now attack a castle that requires us to have ladders, which is this. So the cost for us to attack this castle is we need to spend a food, we need to have ladders, and the power that we need to get to is 4. So these 2 little soldiers, they're worth 1 apiece. So these are not great warriors. However, if we have a knight, knights are a little bit more effective. They are combat power 2, and it tells us that right there. So I think what we want to do though is maybe look at where we can get a knight from. This track is good. What about over here though? We have 1 patron left. So do we just take a warcraft, a level in warcraft? Yes, we need to take a level in warcraft so we can unlock tactics. So we're going to spend our patron to unlock warcraft. And that gains us a soldier. And now we can either spend a patron or a knight to learn those tactics. Which we will need to do to unlock rocks, because we're going to use that to defend our castle, which is great. However, we need to get a patron for that. So how can we get a might or a patron? Yep, so let's go here and let's build a wall. So that's going to cost us those 2, which allows us to build a wall and gains us a patron. So that patron is there. And the wall is going to go at the rear. We know that wall is coming. Oh, we need the covers, don't we? Yeah, we actually need covers. Man, we need a lot of we need a lot of technology to protect ourselves in this attack. We are not going to be able to get there, I don't think. That's all right. So we're going to spend this little soldier, or this little patron rather, to research the first level in tactics, and that allows us to select one of these tactics down here. We'll zoom in. We colour that in, and by researching it we gain ourselves a soldier, and we now have access to this tactic. So we can research or build more uses of it by spending materials. We start with 1 use available, so we may look at doing that, we may not. Let's now... Yep, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to send off our 4 soldiers to attack this castle. So we spend 1 food and the ladders, which we have researched, to attack this castle at level 4, at 4 power rather. So what do we get for that? We get the reward that's up here. That is 2 bravery, 1, 2. Getting the second one of that gives us another serf, as well as 1 food, which is excellent, and 2 silver. And at the end of the turn, we're going to flip those over. And our tent moves to there because we've embarked on a crusade against that castle and defeated it. Tremendous. All right, lots of serfs. Lots of serfs. What do we want to do with our little serfs? We've also got 3 gold, so a knight would be good. Now let's spend 1 of our gold to research a little workshop guy, and then we can spend these two to build the wall at the front. So let's build that wall at the front. So we build this wall here. So we know we're getting attacked from the front. We can send troops to defend the walls as well, which is literally just the coolest thing. I fucking love this game. It's just sensational, by the way, absolutely sensational. So to guarantee that we're going to be able to defend the fort, what do? I could send one of our serfs to here and gain a soldier. So let's do that. Get the training grounds, so we get a soldier. And then we're going to spend 1, 2, 3 serfs to build up our foresting stuff. So that's 1, 2, 3, and that's 2 wood added back into our pile. And we also get to colour in our production for materials. So next turn we're going to have an increase in our production. What can we do with just wood? Well, not an awful lot. We need craftsmen to be able to manufacture these things, but we can gain some extra uses of the covers. We can also spend one of these to gain another guildsman, workshopman, what's their exact, craftsman, great. So we'll spend those two to build a tower. So the towers go on the corners. That also gained us a patron, so that's good. We have a food, we have 2 serfs left. I think what we might do is spend those 2 serfs here at the training grounds. That's going to get us another soldier as well as a soldier production increase. I like this so far. So we can send these 2 soldiers to defend the walls. And we also need to pay all the people defending the castle with food. So that's now defended. We have perfect information, so we know that we're fully defended there. We still have 1 gold. So we could get a knight, or we could spend that gold on researching another craftsman. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to spend the gold to gain another craftsman. And with that craftsman, we're going to spend that on building the walls again. So we don't need these walls this turn, but we may need them next turn. And that also gains us a might. And with the might, we gain another patron. So we still have 2 patrons and 2 serfs. Now we spent the 2 serfs here. So the 2 patrons, what do we get from them? Could go to level up in Warcraft, which would get us an influence, which would get us this. That's probably, no, okay, I'm definitely going to send one of these here to worship, which will gain us a silver, and we'll spend that silver here to gain us a craftsman and also a craftsman production. So each year we'll gain a craftsman. We still have a patron left. If we spend that patron down here at entertainment, we get a wood. And with that wood and that craftsman, we can build another level of wall, as well as another patron. And with that final patron, let us work towards governance again, which colours in a loyalty, and that's it. So that's the entirety of the first turn. Hiya! So let's bring up the turn track again. We've gained the workers, we've done the action. So we now go to the castle defence. So castle defence we find here. The first thing we have to do is pay food equal to the round number. It's round number 1, and so we pay 1 food. There's my 1 food. We set that aside so we would know we were fine. We then deploy our troops to different locations on the castle. So you can't quite see the castle. I haven't got that perfectly aligned for this particular round, but we are defending both the front and the back from attack because we know that we are getting attacked on the front and the back. How do we know what power that is? Well, this tells us here where the attacks are coming from. So we need to use these 2 walls to defend, plus we can spend craftsmen or soldiers or knights. And if we have the tactics of rocks, we can use uses of that to also defend. So we look at this letter here, which is the letter A, and that will look at the first a year. So we know that the attack power that's coming through is 2. And so we need to be able to defend 2 and 2 on this one. This is C, its attack power is 1. We can't defend with anything because it's a catapult. The only thing we can defend with is covers. So if we look here, we're going to spend a use of covers, which we have 1 when we researched it initially, and that defends this first card. So that gets put, we'll put it on the bottom of the deck. And this one's going to attack, so we know it's attacking for 2 on the bottom wall. So our soldier is bravely defeated but protects the wall. And this soldier also attacks, defends those 2 positions, and that is it. So we have successfully defended our castle in this first year, which is great. Well done, team. This one gets shuffled. I'm not going to shuffle the other one because I'd like to see more cards. And that's it. So what do we get for the castle attack in the first year? We gain 1 loyalty. So we'll gain a loyalty for successfully defending the castle. That gains us a soldier for next year. We would also gain discontent if we were unable to defend the city. However, we were able to defend our brave town. We now discard any troops that didn't survive the attack, or that did survive the attack. However, we don't have any that survived the attack. So that is it for the first turn. As we can see from the turn tracker, we turn over the round card and plunder tile, and we also gain a discontent per defeated castle to the right of our tent. So we need to be constantly attacking and defending. This is Hadrian's Wall Deluxe. This is absolutely awesome. Excellent. So let us move on to round 2. So once again, we will deal the attack card. So the first attack card that we receive is this one. So this is again attacking with ladders. However, this time it's attacking to the left and the right. And we know that in round 2, the combat power is still attack 2 for these walls. So we need to defend the walls at attack power 2. We then are going to deal ourselves this one face up, also attacking here, and also attacking at 2. This one, however, is face down. So this is going to attack, I think that tells us it's attacking 3 walls, but we won't know until we flip it over exactly which ones, which is awesome. I love that. Okay, so we now deal out 2 of these. Now we deal 2 because both of our tents are on the same space. So we have a commander and a recruiter. Completed guildsmen, mercenaries, and allies. Well, I'm doing okay on the guildsmen. We do have a slightly better materials production than we do patron production, so I think we'll take the recruiter as our selection. This tent moves across 1. It is 1, 2, 3 serfs, 1, 2, 3 craftsmen, 2 wood, and 1, 2, 3 patrons, and 2 silver. So that's from that. Nice one, Deno. And then from our production here, we gain a serf from our serf production. We do gain a craftsman, which is nice. We also gain 2 wood. We don't gain any patrons. We gain 2 silver. 1, 2. We gain 1 food, and that's where a bit of a problem for us now, because minimum, we're probably going to need 3 food this turn. But we do gain 3 soldiers, as well as the soldier we had left over from last time. Alright, so we know we're getting attacked. If we have rocks, we'll be able to use those rocks. So perhaps researching the rocks tactics is our best next step. So if we spend 2 patrons on Warcraft, that will get us to the research of the second tactic. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. To be able to take this castle, we need to have researched ballista or ballista, depending upon where you are from. We also want to try and get this mint up again. It's tough going. I think we have to spend 3 of our serfs and get food production. So we're just going to do that now. So the first one gains us a food. The second one gains us absolutely nothing. And the third one gains us a food production and a food. Okay, good work, little serfs. The brew house doesn't really help us at the moment, which is the level 2 here. So yeah, I'm going to spend 2 patrons on Warcraft, 1, 2, and that's going to allow us to gain an influence, which gains us a black craftsman into our pool. Alright, so towers, walls. So if we sent a knight, so we send this patron to here, we can gain a, So we're going to send our last patron to the tactics, and we're going to research rocks. Seems difficult to understand how rocks work, but there you go. We have 1 use of rocks, and we may purchase some more uses of rocks, but we shall see. So we have our bread. The first one we're going to use to attack here. The second ones we're going to use to pay our troops to defend the castle. Otherwise we gain discontent. So that's fine. If we increase the walls on the front, on the rear and this side, we know for sure that we will defend this position. So we can do that by spending 2 craftsmen. So let's do that. Craftsman and materials number 1. Build the wall. And with this you actually increase the level of the wall. And we'll do that. So we can get our walls all the way up to level 4. And that gains us a might. Excellent. So we've still got plenty of craftsmen and materials left. We have 1 patron which we spent on that tactic. Alright, let's get some gold happening. So we want to research the ballista. So we do that. And we also want to research the small crane. That is going to allow us to continue building into this section. So this is familiar for people that have played Hadrian's Wall. You needed to build the storage to keep all your food in. So in this one we need to build a crane to be able to start building bigger parapets and towers and what have you. So we build the crane down here from Siegecraft. The crane is also required for the large mint, which is a part of our win condition, which you can't quite see at the moment because of my big old melon. Okay, so I think we want to try and get up here and start getting knight production maybe. Some patrons through there, which is good. We need to spend 2 craftsmen and 2 wood to research these 2 technologies. So let's do that. So that ballista gains us a might, and this small crane gains us a serf, which comes back in here. Excellent. So can we attack that castle that is castle number 2 right now? So we are adjacent to this castle, which means that we need to just reach combat power 4. If our hut was just to the left here, we would actually have to add 1, or whatever this number is, for each subsequent thing between us and the castle that we're attacking, but we don't need to do that. So this is a good play because it's going to gain us 3 bravery as well as those resources. So we definitely want to take that out. We have 4 soldiers available, so we'll just send those soldiers off to battle. We'll come to here. We've spent the food, we have the ballista, so we're going to gain a silver, and we're going to gain 2 wood, which is helpful, and the 3 bravery. So that's 1, 2, 3, which gets us a soldier back. Good work, soldier boy. Alright, 3 gold. We have built the crane, so we could spend this on another wall section. So let's do that. We're going to go wall section up to here, which will be level 2, the front, and another patron. That patron, I think we'll spend that at governance. That'll allow us to build the medium keep if we get there. So we're going to spend one of our gold to gain a craftsman. And we're going to spend the craftsman that we just got and our last bit of wood to build the small keep. That will gain us an influence. And we can send patrons to the small keep to gain additional benefit. I think I spent him. So yeah, I'm just going to spend my 2 gold on another craftsman, and another craftsman, and a craftsman production. So we've got 2 more craftsmen. So I'm going to send these 2 little workers out down here to do some more foresty work, get us a wood. And we will send these 2 soldiers out to dig out the moat. So when they dig the moat, we gain another wood, and we also get to fill in the first level of our moat. And if you recall, one of our cards was constructed moat. So we need to work towards building our moat up, which is good. So we still have these guys left. So if we build the gate, yeah, let's build ourselves a gate, and that gets us a patron. And we put our gate at level 1. And with that patron, I think we want to go here to level 5 on governance. So that will gain us a serf, as well as a serf production, moving into round 2. We can still build another section, but we can also now build the medium mint. So let's do that, because we know that the mint is our end game scoring thing. We have 1 little serf left. He's not going to gain as much benefit here, so let's just send him to the mint, and that will do for this round 2. Very good, very good. All right, so we now move on to this section, pay food equal to the round number. We have 2 food. We don't have any troops to defend the wall, so we're not going to place any troops out on the wall. We're just going to hope that our castles and our rocks will be able to defend us. We don't have any covers for use either. All right, so we'll go to this screen. So we flip this one. Oh, it's C. Yes, that's going to defend. All right, so if we have a look here, we can see that C is 1, A and B are 2. So we start from the right and we move backwards. So he's attacking for 2 for single power on the left and on the right. And our castle is defending 1 and 2 on the right. So we defend this card. Well done. This is attacking at 2 power on the right, and we know that. We knew that from the start. We have 2 power on our castle on the right. So we defend that. And the last attack is attacking to the right and to the rear at attack power 2, and we are defending that. So that is another successful castle defense, which means we gain 2 loyalty. And we can see that here. Loyalty equals undefeated attacks. All right, so 1, no, that's bravery. 1, 2 loyalty. Good work, Deno. Good defense. Alright, so we flip this card. So as you can see, the numbers start escalating now. So we need to continue building our defences. As we move into round 2, we will be attacked where? Unfortunately, we haven't really defended the left. This A is now worth 3 combat power. So we may need to send some soldiers there. This one we know is face up. Ooh, it's attacking the gatehouse. D, it's 3 power at the gatehouse. We can use hot oil to defend. Alternatively, we just build up our gatehouse, which is probably a good play anyway. The second one, we don't know. It is attacking the front, definitely, and the gatehouse will defend, as will workers, as will hot oil. So it's probably going to be similar, which is good. This one, however, is face up. And this is attacking at C. So this is attacking, the only defense we have is covers. So we need to spend at least 2 wood on building up cover usages in this turn. There's nothing else that will stop that attack. Okay, so we are in the same spot as that. So we draw one of these, the Priest, St. Valentine's Day Festival Pairs, or Defender, Constructed Walls. Well, I think we'll take the Defender. Yes, that's the one we want. So that's 3 serfs, 1, 2, 3, 2 craftsmen, 1, 2, 3 wood, and the main reason, 4 patrons, 2, 3, 4, and a silver. That will slide under here. And we now have 2 serfs from our serf production, 2 craftsmen from our craftsman production, 2 materials from our wood production, no patrons, 2 silver from our silver production, 2 food from our food production, go team, 3 brave soldiers from our soldier production, and no knights. We aren't producing any knights as yet. Exciting. Our enemy moves ahead. Alright, so to be able to take this castle, and this is where we start to run out of things we can do. It'd be really great if we took it, it'd be very beneficial, but we need to have access to our horse, our fastest horse. We find the horse here at the stables. So we can build the stables, we just need to spend a lot of our resources to do so. It does get us a knight though, and that might be worthwhile. So we probably will build the stables. Yeah, and maybe ramparts while we're at it. Yeah, we've got an extra one of these guys, so we'll build the ramparts. Gets us a soldier. And then we're also going to build the stables. Which is here. And that gains us an influence down the bottom. We're going to send a patron to the... No, we're going to send a serf to the mint. And so that's going to gain us a silver. An influence. That influence gains us another patron. As well as a silver production. So we're on track on our mint requirements for the mission. If we go back over here, yes, so we need to build all mint levels and have 15 loyalty and influence, 0 to 2 discontent, and 60 victory points. It's going okay so far. We're at the halfway point though. Alright, we need a food to attack as well as catapults, which we haven't built. Do we want to build catapults? We need to research catapults and build them. Yeah, I think we will do that. Alright, so we're going to send 3 serfs. 1 to gain us a food to the stables, 1 to gain us $1, silver, and then 1 knight. So we've gained a knight. That's helpful. And we now also have the black horse. So that's good. We need to get covers, don't we? We need to get 2 covers. So let's spend 2 wood right now so I don't forget to do that. So we have 1, 2 covers ready to defend against the trebuchet, which we... Oh, that's the catapult, sorry, not the trebuchet. Let's build our own catapult, spending these. after we research it. Catapult researched, then built, which gains us a might, and that gains us a craftsman back. Okay. We've got a lot of good patrons to use this year, so let's send one of our patrons up here to gain us a wood. And with that wood and a craftsman, we will build another... let's build another level of the gatehouse. So the gatehouse goes to level 2, and we gain a might. If we send 2 more patrons to the Warcraft section, 1, 2, we'll get another wood, and we could spend this wood and this craftsman to build another level of the gatehouse. So we'll do that, and that gains us a patron back. So the gatehouse goes to level 3 now. Okay, let's attack this castle. So we need to hit 5. So a knight is worth 2. These 3 soldiers are worth 3. We need to have the horse. We have the black horse. We have the catapult. And we need to spend a food to make that attack. So we've successfully defeated this castle, which moves us to here. That's going to gain us 3 bravery. 1, 2, 3, which gains us a serf back, as well as 1 might. Then we're also going to gain a gold and the food back, which means we have enough food now to defend our castle in turn 3. 1, 2, 3 food. Okay, so let's spend one of our little people here to gain us a knight. That knight we can spend on tactics. So we're going to spend that knight on the tactics, and that's going to allow us to research hot oil. We're going to gain a soldier back. With those soldiers, we'll spend both of them to dig out the moat, gain us a wood, and another level of the moat. So we're at level 2 on the moat, which means that our excavator has scored us a point at the end of the game. Well done, team. Alright, so we're getting attacked on the left from A, which is 3. So we've only got 1 defense there at the moment. So unless we send a soldier, we will be... Unless we send a knight, we'll be in trouble. So we probably want to get another craftsman. So we'll spend a gold to gain a craftsman. We have 1 wood at the moment, so we'll spend that to build a wall. And we'll level this wall up to level 2. And that gains us a might, which gains us a patron. We have 2 serfs. Where do we send those serfs, I wonder? Let's send one of those serfs. Actually, do we want to try and build this mint? No, we don't have the craftsman or the wood. Could get our 3rd craftsman production if we spend 2 of our silver. That seems pretty worthwhile. Okay, here we go. So these 2 little guys, 1, 2, will go here and here. So that gets us another materials production, as well as a wood right now. We'll spend 2 silver, 1 will go here, and 1 will go here. So that's 2 craftsmen and a 3rd craftsman production. So those 2 craftsmen will spend this guy and this one to build a level of the wall, and we'll move this one up to level 3, which is excellent. And then we just need to get a wood. Can we get a wood anywhere? Send a serf out? No. Okay, we've built our small keep, so let's do this. Let's send one of our patrons to the small keep. That gains us a knight. This gains us a resource of our choice, so we will select a wood. And this one gains us an influence. Plus we can move up any one of these 3 tracks. That's either warfare, worship, or entertainment. I think we will move up to the warfare. which doesn't actually gain us any benefit right now, but we'll do next turn. We'll build ourselves the next wall section, which also gains us a patron. So that wall section will be the rear. We're leveling the rear up to 3. How good. The patron, still have 2 gold here, 2 silver. The patron, let's start leveling up this worship track so that we can start to get some, or do we go for a tournament? No, let's go up the worship track so we can try and get some knight production. So 1 up the worship track, doesn't gain us any benefit. Actually, we should really be going there. Research another one. Yeah, okay. So we're going to spend two of our gold to go here and here. So that gains us another knight and another patron. That patron we're going to send to the Warcraft section. That gains us a craftsman. And we're going to send one of those knights to gain us the tactics. Level 7. We have researched the ballista, so we can research bolts or logs. Logs doesn't gain us any benefit, neither does bolts, but both of them gain us a warrior. So we'll take the warrior. We'll go for bolts, just in case. We have ballista, so... and I think we're going to keep these guys to defend the castle. So, defend the castle! So let's go on. We're going to pay 3 food. So that's the 3 food paid for the defense. We deploy our troops. Okay, so we're going to defend the front with our knight. We're going to defend this left side with this craftsman. And let's go the front with the soldier as well. I love that so much. I'm defending a castle with my little toys, and it's the best. Okay, so let's go here and look at our attack card. So the first attack card we know is a catapult, and it is attacking over the top. So we have to use 2 uses of covers, 1, 2, which we did purchase to defend, because C is worth attack power 2. So we've defended this card. Well done, team. Okay, this one, we now flip it and reveal it. Oh, so we do have a usage of hot oil. So this is attacking at power D. So D is 3. So our gatehouse is 3 at the moment. So our gatehouse is fine. It repels the attack, which is excellent. Same for here. The gatehouse is power 3. It repels the attack. And over here, we know that we need to be at A, which is 3. And we have walls at power 3 on both of those. So once again, we've successfully defended the attack. It is round 2. Or sorry, it's worth 2 points for doing that. And that is 2 loyalty, which we will gain here. That gains us a serf into next turn. So when we have troops that survive the attack and are not used in the defense, we actually get to cash those in. So for every 3 power we're cashing in, so 1, 2, 3, 4, we gain a serf for next year. So we have 2 serfs. So great building of the castle, team. We're doing excellent. We're going to flip this and this. So it's getting harder and harder now. We find ourselves here. Alright, so we're going to deal out the required attack cards. So whoops, this one is face up. Okay, so it's again attacking A. So that's still 3, and it's attacking the front wall and the left wall. So we just need to build the front wall up a little bit higher. And we're dealing out this one face up. Ooh, so this is a skull attack, so this is a more powerful attack. So it's attacking our gatehouse for E, and E is 4. So we need to defend our gatehouse 4. If you successfully defend against a strong attack, you will gain a bonus bravery. So this one is ladders and walls. It's going to defend one side, but we attack one side. We don't know which side. Oh, another strong attack. It's attacking the front wall. Hold the line! And this is our third. Yeah, this one is also face down. We need our moat for that one. And logs. Oh, that's so sick. I feel like I'm doing it. Okay, so we're on the same spot as this guy, so he's going to move ahead, but we get to choose 2. All right, a monk. Completed sums in Michaelmas, or a champion, which is tournaments 1. So we can probably go for Michaelmas, I think. So this one also gains us an extra silver and more of those. We have great production of those. So we'll take the monk. So that is 2 serfs, 1, 2. 3 craftsmen, 1, 2, 3. 3 wood, 4 wood, sorry. 4 wood, 3 patrons, and a single silver. Excellent. And then our production is 2 serfs, 1, 2. 3 more craftsmen, excellent. 3 more wood, 1, 2, 3. 3 silver, 1, 2, 3. 2 food, food is the problem this turn. And 3 warriors, soldiers. You'll be a soldier, lad. Alright, so we want to spend gold to get some knights and our knight production. Attacking this castle, we need the battering ram. And it gets us 2 silver, which is nice, but it costs us 2 bread as well. How are we going to get bread? Send some patrons down to entertainment will get us some bread, and that'll also allow us to start the Michaelmas flips. So as you can see, I've really only focused up here for the moment. These things down here are stuff you've got to learn. No clue. Absolutely no clue. If you overpower, you gain a food. If you overpower by 2. If you overpower by 3, you gain a food and a silver or wood. If you overpower by 4, you can gain one of those benefits. So overpower is we need to hit 5. So if you hit 7, 8, pretty straightforward. So the battering ram is going to cost us a lot of resources. We also need the large crane. Alright, I'm just going to spend 3 gold right now. 1, 2, 3. That's going to gain us this, which is a serf. It's going to gain us this battering ram, and it's going to gain us this large crane. We're going to build the battering ram, and that's going to cost us 2 wood and a craftsman. Yuck. But that does gain us a score on the might track. And then we'll build the crane, which is 1 wood, 1 craftsman. And that gains us the large crane. We also gain a serf out of doing that. So that's pretty good. We now have the large crane, which will allow us to continue into this track up here. Let's spend one of our patrons down here at the entertainment precinct. So when you score the brew house, which is this section here, we use these cards. This is the first time I've used these cards. How exciting. So we're going to flip 2 of these. That's what this little purple 2 tells us here. And for this particular one, we're looking at this section here. So these are 2 components to beer that we can colour in. So we'll just colour in this top section. 1 water, 1 hops or whatever that is, barley. Don't know. That's what we do when we gain the beer. We're going to spend another patron down here. It's going to gain us a bread as well as a loyalty. So loyalty is here. Excellent. So we have the 2 bread to attack here. We need more soldiers. You'll be a soldier, lad. We need 5 combat power. So we need a knight. So we'll spend a silver to gain us a knight. We can send the knight and these 3 soldiers up here for 5. So we need 5, we need the horse, we need the 2 bread, and we need the battering ram, which we have. So we've successfully conquered this castle as well. Look at us go. That is going to gain us 4 bravery. 1, 2, 3, 4, which gains us another soldier. And 1 might, as well as 2 silver back. We're going to spend that silver to immediately gain another knight and a loyalty. The loyalty gains us a soldier. Okay, so that was one of those gold. The second silver rather, we'll spend here to gain us a patron. And that is looking not too bad. All right, so let's send 2 patrons down here to the entertainment precinct. The first one will be a brew house, so we will gain another water droplet and another green. We'll just go here and here. The next area that we will go is we're going to send some of our serfs. So we're going to go to Michaelmas. The first one we're going to go to is the level 1. So we spend a serf and we flip 2 cards. For this section, what we're looking for is the value of the book. So if we look down here, we have a value 7 book and we have a value 3. So we can colour in these values any which way we want. So if we go a 3 and a 7, we get this 10. That gains us any resource. We'll take a silver as well as a joy. Joy is all the way down here and it's counteracting discontent. So good start for our Michaelmas sums. We have 1 completed. We'll send another serf there. We get a 6 and we get a 2, so we can get an 8. We'll take that. Get another resource. We'll take another silver and another joy. Yay! Okay, we're going to send 1, 2, 3, 4 serfs to go build the farms. 1, 2, that gains us a food. 3, 4, that gains us a food and a food production. So we have 3 food and we need 4. So where can we get another food from? Okay, we're going to spend that. I actually needed to go here to get a craftsman. Then we'll go here. That's going to gain us a knight as well as a knight in training. Well done, team. Okay, let's craft this mint. So we need to spend a patron. Where can we get a patron? Here we go. We'll spend a silver to get this patron. And then we'll spend that patron up here. That will gain us an influence. That allows us to build the large mint. So we need a workshop, a craftsman and a wood, which we've got. We also need the small crane, which we have. We'll send our last 2 serfs here, 1, and then we gain a silver production. We gain a silver, and we gain an influence. That gains us another craftsman. All right, these 2 knights, where are we going to send them? Okay, what do we need for our last tactics research? We need 9. So we can't get there this turn. Let's build the keep, probably. No. Yeah. We'll build the medium keep, so we can do that because we have built the small keep. And that gained us an influence. Now we need patrons. We're going to send 1 more gold here to gain that patron. Let's build another section of wall. Okay, so that's here. And that gains us a might, which also gains us a craftsman back. Okay, so the section of wall we want to build, we know we're getting attacked from the front, and we know that the attack power is 3 this turn. So we're going to take this to be a 3. Excellent. That is attack 4 there. But if we have researched rocks, so where can we get some rocks? We can't send them. We can dig out the moat with these 2 soldiers. So we'll send these 2 soldiers to dig out the moat. He gets nothing. That gets us a wood, a moat level, and a might. So there's the might, and the moat goes up to level 3. Excellent. With this wood, we're going to build another wall. 1 wall and a patron. Okay, so we'll take the front wall and we'll take it all the way up to level 4. We've got 2 patrons now. We're going to send 2 of these patrons to the medium keep. One's going to gain us a knight. And then the second one is going to gain us a resource of our choice. We will take a silver or a wood. No, we'll take a wood. So the next wood we will use on crafting the gatehouse, which also gains us a might. That takes the gatehouse to level 4. And remember, we can move into here because we have crafted the large crane. We will build another section of gatehouse, which gains us another patron. That section of gatehouse will take us to gatehouse level 5. And then we have a patron who will send to the medium keep, which will gain us 1 worship. That gains us a loyalty. We will gain 1 entertainers, which gains us a silver. And we will gain 1 influence, which gains us that. Alright, so we have 3 knights left. So if we send, what are these? Completed guildsmen, mercenaries, and allies. So let's gain 1 more knight from there. And this little guy, I don't think we've got much to do with him other than send him to the walls. Send him to the walls. Oh no, we can actually just gain a Warcraft. Send him to there, and he has learnt Warcraft. And that's going to gain us one of these little things, which I haven't even spoken about because I haven't used them. So the best thing for us to do, I think, is just send 1 knight to each corner to defend. And this we can spend to move a knight to a different position. That's quite cool. Okay, so let's go here. Oh, we don't have enough food. No, that's okay, we've got some joy. So when we go to this, no, not this, this section, we need to pay 1, 2, 3, 4 food. We've only got 3, so that does mean that we have to cross out a discontent. However, because we have some joy, the first of our discontent is ignored. We also have a second joy thanks to our Michaelmas celebrations that we did. Well done. Okay, so this one, we didn't research logs, man. I hope we've got enough to defend this. Attacking from the side at E. It's attack power 4. Are you joking? Okay, so we can flip. Yes, we can flip this and we can send a knight over. Where do we want to send the knight? Probably from the back. So we're going to send a knight all the way over here using our tactics. Oh, that was a great play from that craftsman. Okay, so let's look at this. So this is a powerful attack. It's attacking at E, and if we have a look here, E in this level is 4. So we need to defend 4 from the side. None of our fortifications will defend us. The only thing we can spend is logs. We don't have logs, or knights. So our 2 knights bravely step up and defend that wall. That is a strong card, so we immediately gain a bravery for defending a strong card. 1 there. The next one is attacking the front. Now we do have a rocks available. It's attacking the wall. It is also attacking at 4. We are going to spend our rocks to defend that position. So that keeps our knight alive, basically. So that's E, which is 4. So our wall's 4 anyway. So we defend that. That one is also a strong card. So we also gain Bravery, which gets us a serf next turn. This one is attacking at A. That's only attacking 3. So the walls are fine. Here we're attacking the gatehouse. It is attacking at power 4. Our gatehouse is power 5. So we defend that, and that is another strong card, which gains us another Bravery. And the last card is attacking the left and the right at attack power 3. Both of our walls bravely defend that card. And so we've defended the attack fully, which gains us 3 loyalty. 1, 2, 3, and that gains us a serf. We're doing well, so we've brought these 2 knights back home. We don't get to take them into next year, but because they're power 3, we gain a serf. We do have that rocks left if it matters, which I don't think it will. This unflips, I'm pretty sure. Gain 1 discontent. Yep, so let's look at the round end. So follow steps. Turn over round card and plunder tile. Gain 1 discontent per defeated castle to the right of your tent. Fortunately, there isn't any, but we could have 1 discontent if we don't take this final castle, and we may actually not take this final castle. That might be not something we do, because we need to craft the large stables. The reward is pretty solid though. Okay. So we'll deal out our final round of attacks. Where are you attacking? Keep in mind this is easy level. Easy level, basically. Left and right at A, which is attack 4, so we just need to build up our walls there. This one is face up. Oh, we need our moat. This one is face down. This one is face up. This one is face down. And this one is face up. Okay, so our moat needs to be level 4 to defend against that. It's the only thing that can defend, but we do have a moat, which is good. Our moat also needs to be at level 4 for this one, which it is. That also builds us towards that, which is great. Okay, the last one of these we're selecting. Filled Lammas flags or muster tokens. Well, we'll definitely take muster tokens. 1, 2, 3 serfs. 1, 2, 3, 4 craftsmen. 1, 2, 3 wood. 2 patrons and a silver. From our production, we get 2 more serfs. We get 3 craftsmen. 1, 2. I need 1 more craftsman. I'll have to get it out of the bag. That's a lot of craftsmen. You can barely even see them over there too. There's craftsmen. I'll put them here so you can see them. Lots of craftsmen. Materials, we get 3 wood. 1, 2, 3. We get 4 silver. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 food. 1, 2, 3. So, yeah, we're going to need to generate some food, I think. 3 soldiers and a single knight. That's nice to be able to generate a knight. Should try for that more. Lots of goodies. Lots and lots of goodies. Okay, so we've done 2 of these. We're up to level 5, so we can do 2 more of them with our serfs. Food production would be good. Now we need to get to 15 on loyalty and 15 on influence. So we're at 10 and 12 respectively. So some influence would be good. The large keep we probably build. Yeah, we have the crane. To attack here we need the trebuchet. And we need the stables. We can build the stables. Alright, let's build the keep. 1 and 1. And that gains us an influence. That influence gains us another patron. Let's spend 2 silver right now. The first one will be to gain us a knight and a loyalty. The second one will be to gain this craftsman, and that fills out 2 of our 3 required sections, which is mercenaries, guildsmen, and allies. So that's good on our wealth wheel, I think it's called. Okay, if I send 3 patrons here, 1, 2, 3, I feel like that's a pretty good use. The first gains us a knight. The second gains us a resource of our choice. We'll select a food. And the third gains us 1 warfare, and that gains us an influence. 1 worship, gains us nothing. 1 entertainment, that gains us a brewhouse flip. Another water and another green, excellent. And finally it gains us an influence, which takes us to 13. Alright, so if we spend now a gold to build the trebuchet, silver I should say, or to research the trebuchet, 1, then it costs us 2 craftsmen and 2 wood to build the trebuchet. It gains us a soldier and a might, and the might gains us a patron. That patron we could use on what? I think our best play with the patron is to take this last Warcraft level. Maybe not. Yeah, we're going to send one of our craftsmen here to this section. So it's going to gain us a soldier. He's here, by the way. And a soldier production. And we'll send another one of our guys here to gain a muster token. So that's the second muster token, which is useful for this. So we've got muster tokens, completed sums in Michaelmas, constructed walls, completed guildsmen, mercenaries and allies, constructed moat. So yeah, we need to build 1 more moat. So let's send 2 soldiers to build the level of moat. 1 a wood and a moat. Takes us to level 4 on our moat. Very nice. Let's build some more walls. We have 3 of these guys left. Let's actually send some serfs down to Michaelmas. So we're going to flip an 8 and a 1. So let's put the 8 down here on the 14. And let's put the 1 on the 6. We'll send another serf there. That's a 4 and a 6. Excellent. So we'll spend the 6 here to gain 14. That gains us 3 resources of our choosing. And we'll spend the 4 here. 3 resources of our choosing. So we'll take 2 food. That will probably just take 3 food actually. Okay, so we'll send our, we need to build the large stables. Yep, 1 and 2 to build the large stables. Gains us an influence, which gains us a craftsman. We're going to send 2 soldiers, 1, 2. 1 gains us a food. Actually, we don't need that food then. We'll take a silver instead for that one. Gains us a food. Gains us another silver. Gains us a knight when we send this guy. And we now have the white horse available. So we have the trebuchet and we have the white horse. We'll spend 2 food to attack. Send forth our knights. 3 of our brave knights will attack here. Well played, my friends. That will gain us 4 bravery. 1 gains us a loyalty. 2 gains us a red soldier. 2, 3, 4 gains us another red soldier. It gains us 2 might. 1, 2, which gains us another bravery, which gains us an influence. We're at 15 influence and we're nearly 15 loyalty. And it gains us a wood and a silver as well for taking that out. Well done. This game is absolutely awesome. Here is my 5 food to defend the castle. We're going to build up some more walls. So 1 wall plus a might. So we're going to flip this wall to 3. Oh, actually cheated then. That's okay. That's all right. I spent the rocks anyway, so we would have been fine. One of the rules is you're not allowed to increase a level of wall more than 1 higher than an adjacent wall. So I couldn't have this one at 4 and this one at 2. I would have needed to do this one at 3 before I could move this one to 4. So when we had that attack last turn, we should have had 2 3s instead of a 4 and a 2. And if that was the case, we would have used our rocks to defend 1. And the second one, we would have had to take a wound on our knight, which actually doesn't change anything, so that's good. What tactics do we need? Bolts? We've got bolts. Logs. Do we research logs? We need 1 more level in... Yep, so we're going to research Warcraft, sending a patron here. Gains us a knight as well as a knight production. That's our last patron. One of those knights is going to research our last tactic as well as an influence. The influence gains us a might, which gains us a craftsman. And we gain logs, which gains us a soldier. Okay, so food is fine. The moat, we're fine. We've got 3 craftsmen and 3 things. So let's go another Michaelmas. So we're going to flip a 2 and a 5. So the 5 I'm going to go right here, and the 2 we might as well go here. So that's going to get us 1, 2, 3 resources. And we've completed 5 sums on there. 3 resources. Let's go 3 wood. 1, 2, 3. I reckon we spend all of our craftsmen. Oh, we could get those last 2 tactics, I suppose. Do 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 do. Yes. So we're probably just going to buy some defensive tactics with our wood. Let's send our 4 serfs down to the forest. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 2 wood plus a materials production. The 2 wood, we got lots of wood. So we're going to spend 1, 2, 3 wood and 1, 2, 3 craftsmen to build our last 3 wall sections. 1, 2, which gains us a patron. 3, which gains us a might. So basically we've got 1, 2, 3. So all 4 of our walls are at maximum firepower. We haven't needed any towers this game, so we've been able to avoid building towers, which has been excellent. Soldiers could dig out the moat. We could send all 4 of our soldiers to dig out the moat to level 6. That'll score us more points as well, so let's do that. Level 6. So that's 1, 2, 1 wood, 2 wood, 2 moat, and a might. So the might gets us a loyalty. The moat goes to 6, and the 2 woods. We got a lot of gold left, a lot of silver, I should say. Okay. So with these woods, we're just going to buy tactics. With this knight, what do we do with this patron? Yeah, we'll send the patron up to governance, level 9. That gains us a dude. We'll send him here to gain us a soldier. That soldier isn't going to help us at the moment. We could host a tournament, I suppose. How do we host a tournament? We've achieved 15 loyalty and 15 influence, by the way. So we've met the win conditions. Assuming we can defend this last castle, we are A-OK. So we know that we need to defend with logs and logs. So I'm just going to buy 4 instances of logs. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that should be hopefully enough. We have this silver. So let's spend 3, 4 of that silver to go here, which is a soldier. Here, which is 2 soldiers. Here, which is a patron, and here, which is a patron. 2 patrons. So with this final silver, we could buy spies, but spies doesn't really help us yet. We'll see. Yep, we'll spend 1 of our patrons down here on entertainment, which gets us a craftsman, and that craftsman will gain us our last level of Warcraft tactics, which gains us an influence and gains us our 3rd redeployment token, which is nice. We'll spend that patron here to gain us a loyalty, which gains us an influence, which gains us a patron, and it's going to get us 2 flips on the brew house. Let's go, brew house. A cloud and a thing, yay! So we'll gain 1, 2. So we circle a beer. So we have a beer available. You can spend beer to make your troops more powerful when you attack. They are harder to defeat. I think we spent him, so we'll just say that I did. Let's buy some extra bolts using these guys. 1, 2. And can we just use anything else for materials, like just materials? Don't think so. We've fully dug out the moat. We've fully researched the ramparts. We've built the small stables. We haven't built any of the chapels. We haven't done any worshipping. We've sent some people to Michaelmas, which has been nice. Yes, yes, and yes. We may have gone too far on that, but that's okay, because we had some resources left. We could have done that in a different order. Yeah, so I guess we probably just buy a backup rocks just in case that happens. With that, this doesn't help us at all. We can research Siege Tower, but let's just get ourselves 2 more troops, soldiers to send off to battle. We've attacked here already. Let's send all of our troops up here and defend the castle. Look at that. Look at us go. Well done, team. Well done. Okay, so we will zoom in here. The first attack is coming on this side and is attack power 4. It can only be defended by that or by troops and the moat. So the moat defends because we have a level 6 moat. Seems good. Here, we flip this and it's attacking at B on the right hand side. That's attack power 3 and the wall defends that. C is also attack power 3. Both of those walls defend that. Here, CC, 3, 3, 3. This one we flip. Oh, it's towers and it's strong. No! Okay, so I think we can redeploy 3 times. So I think we're actually going to get away with this. So A down the bottom is attack power 4. B up the top is attack power 3. So if we redeploy one of our troops from here to the rear of the castle, then that is defending 1, 2, 3. But these guys die. At the front, we need to defend 4. Here 4. And we have 1, 2, 3, and we can flip this to move him across as well. We also have bolts we can spend. So yeah, we could spend some bolts to prevent that. So that gains us a valor, or sorry, a bravery, because we've defeated a strong attack. This one is attacking for 4 power in the rear. We don't have any troops left to defend that, but we do have 4 uses of logs. So we'll spend 1, 2, 3, 4 uses of logs. So we block that attack, and finally they're attacking the left and right at power 4. Both of our walls defend those, and we lose no more troops, and we've successfully defended. Well done, we didn't suffer a single attack. So that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 6. So 4 loyalty that we gain for successfully defending that. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, which also gains us another might. And that is the end of the Anarchy. So let's do the final scoring. Again, I haven't done scoring before, but remember our goal is 0 to 2 discontent, tick, 15 loyalty, 15 influence, tick, construct and complete all mint levels, tick, and 60 or more VPs. Will we get there? Who's to say? Let's have a look at final scoring. So it's pretty much the same here as thingy. Use the left sheet to calculate final scores, path cards. Excellent. All right, so these are easy because you just write the number beside them. 21, 21, 18, 20. We then score our path cards. So constructed moat, we have a level 6 moat, that's worth 3. Completed guildsmen, mercenaries and allies, we have 2 of them, so that's 2, so we're at 5. Constructed walls, we have constructed all 4 of our walls for 3, that's 8. Completed sums in Michaelmas, we have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 3 points, so that's 11. And muster tokens, we have 3, so that is 14. Our total discontent is 0, giving us a total score of 41, 59, 60, 80, 94 is our total score. Yes! And that is the Anarchy. What a cool little game. Yes, very reminiscent of Hadrian's Wall, and if you haven't played that, I would definitely recommend Hadrian's Wall over this one as your first roll and write, because this is an aggressively complex roll and write. I may have made that look relatively easy, but let's remember 2 things. It's the introductory scenario in the solo campaign, and I've had a lot of experience playing Hadrian's Wall. I'm sure things will get more complex as we progress. But yeah, and we also, like, we got relatively lucky with these cards. You know, we were able to defend a lot of the attacks. The thing I like about this versus Hadrian's Wall is you have some insight into where they're going to attack, and so it allows you to be strategic with where you place your troops. In Hadrian's Wall, you just basically try and spread across the left, middle and right evenly and hope that the cards come out relatively evenly. And if they do, you're fine. If they target one area, then you usually lose by a big chunk of points from discontent. Here, you have inside information. You don't have all the information though, so you have to make best guesses. However, one of the things I didn't do, which is spies, can allow you to reveal a card before you actually have to flip it and put your defences out. So we could have seen that this required towers and ballistas and bolts before, and potentially made different decisions. So that was great. I think the mint is very useful. I think the reason they tell you to focus on the mint in chapter 1 is because it allows you to focus on the wealth wheel, which allows you to gain the stuff you need to attack enemy castles. I spent a lot of stuff here. If I didn't spend stuff here, I would have been able to build all of this. And that would have meant that we had to spend less defending. However, you lose discontent for not attacking those enemy castles along the way. You can bypass discontent in a variety of ways, like we did here with the Michaelmas stuff, But you can also gain joy from having a Lammas festival, where you can gain joy through that. You can also do it from having tournaments, which is great. We can train knights here, which is so cool, if you build a chapel to pray at. And you can have St. Valentine's Festival, which gets you more surf production. So yeah, Governance and Warcraft are obviously the ones that I gravitate towards because they're all about building resources and tactics. But yeah, you could literally just focus on generating joy and have your people worry less about their castle getting taken. What a fantastic game. I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. I will probably try to continue this campaign as well as Hadrian's Wall over the next couple of months, and yeah, we'll see how we go. Let me know what you thought. If you enjoyed this game, I will catch you all in the next episode. Big Deno out.